The Minority Caucus of the Senate on Thursday dismissed claims circulating in parts of the media that the National Assembly had rejected the electronic transmission of results in the ongoing amendment to Nigeria's Electoral Act. Addressing journalists at the National Assembly, Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe, Abia South, who led the opposition lawmakers, said the Senate did not vote against electronic transmission but rather clarified and strengthened the wording of the provision. According to him, what the Senate passed was a clear provision for the electronic transmission of results, distinct from the term transfer used in the 2022 Electoral Act, which he described as vague and open to misinterpretation.
We felt, those of us who are still around, that it would be necessary to make a clarification of what happened yesterday, to put the records straight. Yesterday, the Senate did not, I repeat, did not pass transfer of results, which was in the 2022 Act. What we passed, and which the Senate President himself, when he was doing a clarification sitting on his chair, is transmission of results. And I need to make this very clear. Every one of us who is a senator, who has the privilege to represent a senatorial district, came here under the trust of their senatorial zone. And the reason for us to go into a closed session was so that we can tidy up all the niggling things inside there. And when we now come back to plenary to pass it, that we will pass it without any rancor. I can assure you, on my honor and the honor of all of us who are standing here, that both the Electoral Committee of the Senate, then the Ad hoc Committee of the Senate, and also in the executive session that we had, that we all agreed on section 63, which is electronic transmission of votes, or electronic transmission of results. Transmit, not transfer. What is in 2022 is transfer, and we don't want a law that is vague. We don't want a law that will be misinterpreted by anybody. We want a law that is clear, concise, and can be interpreted by all, and that is unambiguous. So it is electronic transmission of results, yes.
He further disclosed that the Senate has set up an ad hoc committee to review the electoral reform report before deliberations in a closed executive session, where lawmakers resolve outstanding issues before returning to plenary. The lawmakers also clarified that the harmonization process between the Senate and the House versions of the bill had not yet been concluded, as the Senate must first adopt its vote in proceedings formally before the conference committee can meet.
The harmonization committee was set up also yesterday, because when the House version and the Senate version differ, because there were so many other things, including timelines, that now differ, you set up a harmonization. Those harmonization is what you use to make sure that you come to one single document which the president will now sign. So that is where we are at the moment. But I need to add one further thing so that Nigerians can rest assured. After our session, plenary session yesterday, we adjourned, but did not come back to pass the votes and proceedings And that is our rule, and you all who are here, you know it. The Harmonization Committee cannot meet because the document they will use to go to the harmonization is the document passed by us and ratified by the votes and proceedings. So there's still one more step left by the Senate to take. After we pass the votes and proceedings, in which we are going to insist and ensure that what we passed, which is electronic transmission, is there, then the harmonization will meet. What now happens in harmonization is simple.
The Senate had on Wednesday set up a conference committee to harmonize differences between its version of the Electoral Amendment Bill and that of the House of Representatives.